All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me and welcome to the Passive Income and Chill podcast. My name is Nana Alice Nayarko, and today I'm so excited to have Miss Keenya Kelly on. Hopefully, I said your name correctly.
You did.
Um, awesome. So I'm so excited to have you share. She is the queen of TikTok and has a host of other great skills. So I'm excited to hear all about what you do. So let us know what it is that you do.
Yeah. So right now, what we do in our business is we teach female coaches and course creators how to use TikTok marketing to generate leads and ultimately increase their revenue.
Awesome. Okay. So for someone who is petrified of TikTok, like I have been for some time, what advice would you have, especially if they're coming from okay, so what advice would you have for someone who's coming from the Instagram world and then because I know the platforms are very different, and then someone who really has no like video experience when it comes to social media?
Yeah. So a person that has no video experience, they probably are definitely afraid because video marketing has been around for quite a bit of time now. And so if a person is afraid to get on video or whatever, then I'm also a minister, and so part of me I have to say like what is the reason why you are hesitant to get on video? Like what is happening on the inside of you?
Mm,
Is it that you just don't like video? Is it that you don't like to see yourself on camera? Is it some self-esteem type of things? But like really getting down to the root of why don't you actually like video? Because
mm,
until you get to the root of that, no matter what I teach about TikTok, it won't make sense. It won't do it because you've got to figure out why don't you want to get on video. But if a
that's
person is coming from the Instagram world, then it should be a little bit of an easier transition, especially now that there's Instagram Reels. But most people at this point have been creating Instagram stories, right? Because stories have been out forever. And
right.
so those of us that have been doing stories, you can record a 15-second story, 30 seconds, 45, 60 seconds, or whatever easily. And so TikTok is very similar to that in the sense of it's a short piece of content. I think that people get petrified of TikTok because there's so much happening on the platform. There's so many buttons. That's like me when God told me to get on TikTok. I was like, what is going on here? Like, what are all these buttons? Like, who are all these people?
Yeah.
And so I had the like, there was the tech side of what is this? What's going on? How do I behave here? But when I started kind of looking at it as an extension of Instagram, but a lot more fun, then it got
Mm.
easier for me.
Okay, so let's backtrack. I kind of went in hard, but tell us your story. Like, how did you even get to TikTok? Like, how did that come about?
Yeah, so I'm somebody who prays. And so when the pandemic hit at the beginning of 2020, I was praying because I always pray and ask Jesus for business strategies. And I heard him tell me to get onto TikTok. Now, I thought it was the dumbest thing that I honestly have ever heard because nobody I knew was talking about TikTok. Nobody I knew was on TikTok except for my friend Shalene Johnson. And back in like 2018, she did what's called the Baby Shark Challenge, some little dancing challenge. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
only thing I knew about TikTok. And so, but because I know God created the whole world, I said, well, if he's giving me this strategy, there's something on this that I don't understand. And so my job is to go full force and I'll figure it out. And so that's how I got there.
Oh wow. Okay. So before you prayed to God and got on TikTok, what was your business beforehand? Like, what
Yeah.
is it you were doing?
So we were doing a brand consulting and design work. I have a business called If You Brand It. And so people were paying me for consulting on how to market their businesses, how to brand themselves. And then they would hire us to design their websites, their logos, and things of that nature.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Nice. So you had this business going, and then God told you, hey, transition. Let's go to TikTok, this weird new platform, which now has been around how many years? Like,
It's actually was 2016. It used to be called Musically, and then
oh,
TikTok bought it, and then yeah.
I had no clue. Okay. So it's been
Mhm.
around for a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not so brand new, but it's just brand new to me. All right. So how did you kind of get comfortable with TikTok?
By being extremely uncomfortable. So in 2020, most people were dealing with the death of George Floyd, me included.
Mhm.
People were arguing on social media about all the things. And I was in an office trying to figure out the buttons on TikTok. And so, because it was like I was having these moments in time where I was like so frustrated what was happening with the world. And God just kind of said to me, I need you to focus. Focus on TikTok. Stop being so overly emotional in this moment. And so I just said, okay, I grabbed my phone and I said, every day I'm going to just try to figure out what in the world is going on with TikTok. And I would create a video and try a button. And then I would try another thing and I would try another thing. And so I have a lot of really, really bad TikTok videos that are currently resurfacing right now on TikTok. And I'm like, oh God, because I was just trying to figure it out. I wasn't somebody who was going to wait for a tutorial, wait for permission of somebody. I said, I had this moment where I said, TikTok is not going to get the best of me because I felt so old. And so I just didn't know what I was doing. And I said, this is not going to get the best of me. I'm going to give this thing 6 months. And so
Mm,
I just committed every day to try something on the platform for 6 months. And that's how I got comfortable.
nice. You said two things that really stuck out to me. One, that you weren't waiting for permission or waiting for a tutorial. You just went in and learned it. And I think
Mhm.
that is so key because, of course, I'm a huge fan of coaches. I'm a coach, you're a coach. But I have found myself, and I have even seen in others, where you are just sitting on the sidelines waiting for someone to show you how to do it, or you get taught but then you don't actually implement. Like
Yep.
I have done this myself, where you buy a course or something, and if you don't implement it, you're not actually going to get the results. The best results I've seen in my life from working with coaches or consultants or courses or anything is when I actually take action. So like you can't sit around waiting
Right.
for it to happen, because it
Mhm.
won't. And then the other thing you said was, what did you say? You said, TikTok is not going to get the best of me. Girl, the way I be talking to these platforms sometimes, like, you are not going to get the best of me.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna,
real.
yes, like you have to push through sometimes those moments of discomfort, especially for some of us who are a little older. I'm not sure your age. I won't ask you to share,
I'm
but
41.
okay, I'm 40.
Yeah.
Yay to the 40 clown. So when you get a little older, or just you're not comfortable with technology, sometimes you really have to talk to yourself and have a
Yeah.
conversation and be like, this thing is not going to get the best of me.
Mhm.
I'm going to push through. So I
Mhm.
think that is so key. Awesome. All right, so this is passive income and chill. So tell us about some of in your business. You do a few things. What are some of the passive income strategies that you use, whether in business or just in your personal life?
For sure. So one of the things that we did not have, oh, it's echo. You hear that? Hear that? Okay. So one of the things we did not have, which is called a slow funnel or SLO funnel, which is basically where somebody they opt in to maybe a free tool, and then there's a product that's on the end of that is very low cost, but that's high value to a person. We didn't really have that in place. We had our main course and all that, and that was it. And so we recently developed a slow funnel, and basically we call it the TikTok marketing bundle, where
Mm,
someone for $36 they get access to 4 different trainings with 4 different PDF templates that are high value, and we don't have to do anything. So if an ad runs or they opt into something and they are able to they get the email to make the purchase, we're able to just make money from that all the time. Like I have an Apple Watch, and all the time I'll be somewhere and I'll just hear ding, 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 and people are like making a purchase.
nice.
And it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing to serve people, but also make money.
Nice. Okay, so that is your one source of passive income, but you also
Yeah.
mentioned you do have a course as
Yes,
well.
for sure. Mhm.
Okay.
So we have a bigger course. It's called Monetize the Talk, and there's 2 versions of it. One version of it, it comes with the digital course plus 8 weeks of group coaching. It's high touch and all that. But then there is just the DIY version of that same course, which is you go in and it's all of my teachings about business, branding, marketing, TikTok, and all that, and it's automated. So when someone comes in contact and they purchase that, I don't have to touch them or it because it's already it's a funnel.
Okay. And so for someone who is interested in like a TikTok course, what does your program really go into?
Yeah. So one of the things that I know is TikTok is great. And of course, I love it, which is why we teach it. But I also know that as a business consultant, and when I was doing branding, is that a lot of people don't really have all the right things in place. They just don't. And so inside of our course, we make sure that the first thing that we do is we don't talk about TikTok. We talk about, are you clear on who your audience is? Right?
Mhm.
Period. Not on TikTok, but in your business. Is your website ready for virality? Because people don't realize that you're going to go viral at some point on TikTok. It's not if, it's when. And so we make sure that they have their back end together, ready to capture emails, ready to sell low ticket products and high ticket products. So we do go through all that stuff first. Then we go through all the how to's of TikTok, like tutorials where they can see me on my phone, how to grow your following, how to sell on TikTok, how to position yourself to get brand deals and things of that nature. And so all of that, because TikTok is just a place where you market your business, but we want people to be ready for what's going to happen on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean that is something that's so crucial because you don't want to be doing all this marketing and then when finally is like someone is finally like, "Oh, I love this person. I want to learn and learn more from them and buy from them." And then your technology, your website and all that stuff is just janky. And they're like, "Oh, just kidding. I'm not interested anymore."
Yeah.
Or worse, even worse, you don't have a website or your
Hmm.
product or any of that stuff set up. So I think that's so important.
Yeah, I saw a
Um,
lady who was in a network marketing company and she had like this, there's a cream you can put on your eyes. And if you have bags, in 2 minutes, your bags are like, like gone. And so she recorded the video, she posted it on TikTok. She went super viral, millions of views. She had no link. So all these people wanted to make a purchase and they couldn't. She lost
oh,
all of that. And I saw people on TikTok who in 2020 went super viral, made a bunch of money, but they captured no emails. And so
mm,
now they're like, they've got these big warehouses. They thought their business was in place, but their business wasn't ready. They went viral. They didn't have an actual funnel set up.
yeah, that's something that I wanted to bring up because I have heard other people mention this. Like one of the differences sometimes between Instagram and TikTok is that Instagram, well, before a lot of the changes, you have more of a community and a following, right?
Mhm.
Like people see your stuff more. Whereas on TikTok, there are just so many creators and so many, like, I guess the way it's set up, like, I have to kind of almost go out of my way to see the people that I want to see consistently. So, do you feel like you can still build a community on TikTok, or is that really not its purpose?
No, I feel like it's the same. I feel like it's actually a lot easier to build a community
Mm,
on TikTok because TikTok has they have the following page, right? So if you follow me on TikTok and you literally want to see the people that you want that you follow, you just click on following. And now everybody you're following, that's who's going to be in that feed. They're not on the For You feed like that, which is the second page, but the following
mhm.
feed is a lot easier. Whereas on Instagram, there isn't that feed. It's like there's the one feed. It's just I think that a lot of people, because they don't understand TikTok yet, they think, oh, it's harder. And it's like, well, it's actually a little bit easier.
Well, so I'm coming around to it myself. I have like I'm just telling all my business, but I have started playing around with it a little, and I do see some of the ease just in creating,
Yeah.
like just in creating. I don't want to talk bad about Instagram because Instagram is bae. Instagram has helped me make 6 figures and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But just with the ease sometimes of creating in TikTok, I do see its benefits. So I'm
Yeah.
learning a little bit more. It's just like you said, it's got a lot of buttons. And if you've been in the Instagram world now for like 10 years, it's
Yeah.
just a different transition, right?
Yeah,
So
that's exactly how I felt. That's why I felt so old on TikTok because I was like, what is going on? But I committed to it. And then when Reels came out, I was like, oh, this is the bootleg version of TikTok. And then
mhm.
YouTube Shorts and Pinterest Idea Pins. I'm like, oh, they're all just copying. So they're all behind with TikTok. Or even when Instagram makes an update, I'm like, oh, got it. Because that's already on TikTok. Now I can, move a little faster.
Okay. So
Mhm.
you focus, well, obviously, you focus the majority of your business on TikTok, but do you still advocate for, because I found you on Instagram, do you
Yeah.
still advocate for, working on those other platforms?
Yeah, so we actually make more of our money from obviously from our email list,
Mhm.
but we built our business on Facebook and Instagram. So those are still our biggest bang for our buck, right? Period. But we
Mhm.
create just equally on TikTok, right? So we're not like spending more time on TikTok than Instagram. No, we're like we already know that this is a giant over here. The business people that we coach are here. We know where they are. So we spend a lot of time on Instagram, but we also spend like the equal amount of time on TikTok. And so since until this year, I was teaching people to just repurpose your TikTok content, remove the watermark, and put it on Instagram. But I started to notice that the metadata associated with my TikTok videos, Instagram knows that
Mm.
this video is a TikTok video, even though the watermark is gone. And so
Ah.
now I'm teaching people like, okay, so we're gonna start recording our content in our camera roll, and
Mm.
then we will put those on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and all that stuff there. So that way, we're still only creating one piece of content, right? But then we're just distributing it um, to the other platforms.
Yeah, I mean that. So I love that that's what you teach because kind of figuring out those small tips and nuances can make your content creation so much easier. And I
Yeah.
think for a lot of people, that's what gets in the way. For some people, it's not that they don't feel uncomfortable or that they feel uncomfortable being on camera. It's not even that. It's more so like, okay, there are all these different platforms.
Yeah.
How do I actually physically get it created in a way that is not going to cause burnout and overwhelm, because that's something you want to definitely avoid with social media, and it's a
Hmm.
huge part of business now. So for a lot of us, this is, if you want your business to grow, this is what you do, but you also want to avoid, right, that overwhelm and that
Hmm.
burnout that many of us creators have experienced before in the past.
Yeah. So one of the things that I would say about that is, I mean, I'm already in a habit of being heavily on social media, but I'm in the process of like doing less or whatever. But what I would say to a person is, if you go, okay, this is my batch recording day, I'm gonna record 20 videos in general, and these 20 videos for the next 2 weeks. Well, then you can either hire a VA to assist you with editing the videos or whatever, or you just batch record them that day, and then the next day is where you're going, okay, this is the day where I'm taking the video I recorded and I'm gonna put them on Instagram reels and put them on TikTok in the drafts, and I'll write the text on screen. That's my thing for that day. And then the next day you're just hitting post, 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 but being more strategic with it. That way you're not having to record content every single day, and
Mhm.
all that. Like, I'm getting in the habit of like once a week bringing in multiple pieces of clothing into my office and shooting multiple things. But also, one thing that I started to do was I made a list of different topics that I'm gonna record. And because I change clothes every day, I'm like, I'm gonna record 10 videos today, just sitting in front of my camera. Um, boom, and it's done. Like, and I'm just that's it, and I'm go back to work. That way I don't burn out.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on like the trending audios and things like that? So, one of the things that I have found challenges with in terms of recording outside of some of the apps is I want to use these fun, cute little audios. I actually sometimes like to do lip syncs and things like that.
Me too.
Um, but I don't always want to be on the app. So what would be your suggestion for that? Or what are your thoughts on trending audios, period?
Yeah, well, the short form video marketing thing right now is heavy on the audios, like the lip syncs and all that type of stuff. So if a person is saying, "Hey, I don't want to always be on the app," then that person has to go, "Well, I can't do many training audio." You're gonna have to just make a decision that like, here's what I'm wanting, but here's my thing. You gotta like you're battling with yourself. You got to make a decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also because we all spend time just scrolling on the apps in general because we're just scrollers. What you could be doing is every time you see something, just hit save on it and hit save. That's what I do all the time on TikTok, and I just save all this stuff. And so then the day where I'm feeling like creating, then I am batch recording all the things that I saved into my drafts, and I'm doing that on reels and I'm doing that on TikTok. But you don't have to use the trending audios to have success by any means, because if we're coaches and we're teaching people, they don't want to be taught through a lip sync of Kim Kardashian. I love Kim Kardashian, but they want to be taught and they're going to buy your courses or whatever because you're actually talking and teaching in your videos. And so if you know that that's how the purchase is going to be made, then focus on that more than the audio, the trending audios.
Yeah, I think that's so key. I think for me and for a lot of people, having a mix, because like you said, you're not really quite educated. Of course, you can do the best you can to educate, even with those trending audios, but your direct to camera, actually teaching and educating someone is going to be what may be the thing that hooks them into wanting to work with you.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've never bought into anybody's coaching consulting program with a trending audio.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
girl, what do you know? Tell me what
right,
you know. Then that's gonna
right,
make me inbox you, not you falling on the floor. Even though I do fall on the floor videos, I do them all the time, but that doesn't make me any money.
right, right. Okay, so this is I have two more questions for you actually.
Yeah.
How can you, so there's all this talk, some people say we are, some people say we aren't in a recession.
Recession.
Yes. So, what would you suggest to people in this season of how to recession proof their business, how to recession, you're laughing, how to recession proof, their TikTok strategy, or even whatever it is that they're trying to do?
Yeah. So because I'm a minister, first thing I'm gonna say is you need to be praying, right? Because I don't know where everybody is in their religious journey, and that's cool wherever you are, but somebody gonna have to help you. If you have never been through a recession, somebody has got to help you. And so whomever your God, whatever, you need to be pulling on somebody to get some help. You need some wisdom, right? Because everybody's gonna tell you all types of things, but you need some divine assistance. That's first. Second thing
Yes.
I would say is it's time to make sure you're diversifying how you're making money, right? Because for me, I've been a coach and course creator for a while. But once I started going viral on TikTok and growing my following, big brands started to reach out. Like one brand paid me $9,000 for one 15-second video, right?
Yeah.
And
I
I was
love it.
yeah, and I wasn't an influencer until TikTok. And so I've been telling people, like one, outside of a recession, it's time to start working with some of these brands. But also because a recession is here or whatever, allow yourself to generate additional revenue in other ways. But also I would say it's time to, just monitor your spending. You know what I mean? Like there was something somebody wanted me to come to, gonna cost like probably $1,200 or $1,500. I could spend it absolutely. But I said, wait, where are we? What's happening in the
Mhm,
world right now?
mhm.
Where is my family from a financial standpoint? If something goes down, I'm not going to let them starve. I'm going to step in and make sure that they're taken care of. So my job is to make sure that I have more reserve than normal because I
Mhm.
may have to step in to help family or neighbors or whatever could happen. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like my stance on things. But I would definitely be diversifying how you're making money. You should do that anyway, but
Yep.
that's what I would be doing.
I love it. You said two things that stood out. One, if you've never been in a recession before, because I think a lot of new creators or just people, if you weren't an adult working in the last recession, you really have no idea what it, and you were of the same age. So we were working
Yeah.
adults. We were actually fairly newly working adults. And I mean, honestly, I've been through the dot-com recession. I was in college, but kind of, when I graduated, that was like the thing. Then the housing crisis recession, and now this one. And so I think what you said is have that wisdom, and be praying, because not fear based or anything, but just making sure that you are being mindful about your expenses and your spending and what it is that you're doing, and being mindful about making sure that you're increasing that income,
Yep.
through various ways that you can, right? So for
Mhm.
instance, I'm also an attorney. I do not practice. It's not what I love to do. But
Yeah.
every now and then I might pick up a case. I may pick up a job. And especially now, because I'm like, I have this skill set. Why not use
Mhm.
it? Right.
Yeah.
Incorporate that in as well. So I think that is really key. Of course, I'm a huge proponent of not burning out and not doing too much, but
For
also just
sure.
mindful of what you can do to increase that income. All right, my
Mhm.
last question for you, because I don't want to keep you on for too long. What would you say, or what is one book that you would recommend to the passive income and chill audience? It doesn't have to be passive income related, but what is a book that you would recommend?
Yeah, I'm really biased. The book is my book back there. It's called
Oh,
it's called Before You Quit Your Job,
okay.
a strategic guide for entrepreneurs. So I'm teaching people how to build a business while you have a full-time job. So that I'm biased. I would say that book. But the second book that I would say, which is my favorite book, is called Oh, duh. It's called The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson. It's my absolute favorite book. I always buy this book and give it to people who are going on some type of journey, right? And
Mm,
every single person I give this book to, they either call me crying, text me crying, or just like, this is exactly what I needed. Because this is a book that it's like, when you start reading it, like the person in the book, his name is Ordinary, who
mm,
lives in a land of familiar, right? So he's like an ordinary person living in a land of familiar. And all of a sudden, one day he starts having this dream that he wants to go after, but nobody he knows has ever gone after their dreams. And so when
mm,
he thinks about going after his dreams, everything happens. Their mom is like, no, don't do it. This is going to happen. Their boss, everybody's like, no, don't do it, and is trying to keep him from doing it. And they all love him. And so the average person that is starting a business, building a business, they deal with all types of things, right? Like when I told people I'm getting on TikTok, they said, that's crazy. You're not gonna make any money. There was all this chatter, and I was the ordinary in the land of familiar. Facebook, Instagram. And
mhm,
I'm hearing God say, no, you got to go on TikTok. But I'm met with all this resistance. And I mean, like so much I felt like a failure for like 6 months. And when
mm.
I sold my first book on TikTok, you couldn't tell me nothing. It was only $20, but I was telling everybody. And then I just kept telling and telling and telling. Now, everybody that was making fun of me, Land of Familiar, Ordinary, is now like, help me with TikTok. So that's
Mhm.
what I would say. The Dream Giver.
I love that. The Dream Giver. Okay. So the Dream Giver and Before You Quit Your Job. And I like that because I have jumped before the time was ready and
Me
it's not
too.
fun. It's not
Yeah.
fun. Um,
Me
you know,
too.
so, all right. Awesome. Well, thank you so, so much. Tell people how they can find you and reach you and know all of your goodness.
Yeah, for sure. So make sure you guys first come follow me on Instagram at Keenya Kelly. If you are on TikTok, then you can find me at Keenya Kelly as well. But all of my resources, everything, including my book, is on KeenyaKelly.com. That's Keenya with two E's, KeenyaKelly.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Keenya. All right, guys. So that is it for today. I will drop all of Kenya's information in the show notes as well, or down below in the comment section. So, all right, I can't wait to see you guys on the next podcast episode. And again, thank you, Keenya. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, that's a good end. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad
Yeah.
to talk. I love talking about this stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. This is my third interview. So
Yeah.
I'm so passionate about like just having more people in our community learn about these different strategies and things like
Yeah.
that, finding ways to make more income, especially right now. So super
Yeah.
cool. I know I
Yeah.
have messaged you so many times about TikTok.
Oh,
Maybe
everybody has.
but yeah, no, I'm interested. I think I'll one of these days take your course, but I actually am on a no course purchase month
Smart.
because I, to your point earlier, like you just want to like look at your budget
Yeah.
and your expenses. And I am a course junkie. Like I
Oh,
love them.
wow.
I just love learning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, I have enough courses that I actually need to finish
Yeah.
implementing. And I usually finish my courses. Like I like to actually implement them. I was like, I have some stacked up. So let me get,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let me know if you have any questions. I will, once I launch this episode, I will send it out to you as well.
Okay, cool. And if you know anybody looking for a podcast guest, I'm trying to get on as many podcasts as possible. Let
Okay.
me know.
I
Yeah.
found this. I'm like, I've been doing some research. I found this website. I haven't joined it yet, but it was like a platform to help you get on other podcast episodes, like to
Oh,
be a
okay.
guest. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll look for it and I'll send it to you.
Oh, perfect. That'd be great. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Yeah, good talking to you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.